You look like you're just my type. You're the kind spirits are running free. Let's take a sip of some cold wine. Dance to the music nice and slow. You won't be under any kind of pressure. You see, we'll just let the evening flow. Can you ever go wrong with Teddy Pendergrass? Can you? Can you ever go wrong with Teddy P? Hey Michelle, how we doing? Can you ever go wrong with Teddy Pendergrass? Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is Friday night, and this is Unapologetically Keith. I am Keith Belvin. I am your host, Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist, and we are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Oh, old schoolers without question. Hey, Kim. And so what I do, I am a crisis specialist, and so I basically try to deal with any situation that is creating a problem for somebody. I created this show to be able to show up 3 times a week, to be able to give folks a place to show up and be able to just get some entertainment, some information, and just whatever we can do. Yes, that's type of night it is. We gotta set the mood. There it is. We didn't have a real heavy. Larry, what's going on? We done had a heavy 2 weeks talk about domestic violence. I wanted to lift this a little bit, and I want to deal with, what's going on with our men. Are they romantic? They lost? We're going to get into that in a second. But let me take care of some keeping. We're streaming on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope. If you're watching on Periscope, make sure that you tap the screen to give some hearts. If you're watching on Facebook Live, make sure that you like this right now. And make sure that you share this. And when you share it, make sure that you tell somebody why you're sharing it so they can hear out. And I will give you reason to support me. So talk to them, Teddy. So tonight, we're going to get right into this tonight because I want to have some fun tonight. And it's going to be a laid back show tonight. The magic is going to be in the chat room like it normally is, because we're going to have, adult conversation. But we're going to talk about the things that adults talk about. Because men lost or forgotten how to be romantic. It's going down. That's right, Kim. It's going down. And that is the question tonight. Really, I want to hear from you guys. Because my answer to that question that they have, just this right here. I think men don't even understand this right here. They don't understand the power of Teddy Pendergrass. Especially my young brothers. And I'm not knocking you young brothers. I'm not. This is not going to be a show where I attack the young guys. I'm not doing that. But if you don't understand the power of Teddy Pendergrass, just let that. I've been sitting here watching you. I done have my eyes on you. You look so nice. You look sweet. If you don't understand Teddy, this might not be the show for you. What you gonna do with me? Woo! Hey Rachel, how we doing? Good to have you here. And that's another thing too, guys. The only way that I can know that you're here is if you pop into the chat room and allow me to see you, and I will gladly shout you out. Because being on 3 platforms, I don't know who is watching, but I am. Anytime that you pop up in the chat room, I will announce you. So there it is. They don't understand the power of romance, period. Here we go. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. This is why it is. This is what's going down. We're going to let them know tonight. They're going to come and read these comments in the chat, and they're going to realize that, yeah, they're going to have to pick up the pace. We can sit down and fire. Who has and sip some cold wine. Sip a little wine. Work things out. Woo, Trouble Teddy. There you go. Let that marinate. Yes. There you go. Sweet talking Teddy. I'm trying to tell you, if you don't understand Teddy, you might want to just log out right now. Just turn your phone off. Just get off your computer. Can you do that, baby? I just want to sit down and get to know you. You ain't trying to jump her. You ain't trying to take advantage of her. I will definitely kiss Tiffany daughter for you. Thank you, baby. Hello, hello. So let me shout out everybody that's popped in the chat room. We got Rachel that's came in. We got Tony here. We got Michelle here. We got Brother Larry Cortez in the house. We got Kim here. So again, I want to say good evening, everybody. Welcome to Unapologetically Keep. And that's the question tonight. That's the conversation we're going to have tonight is, have men lost or forgotten how to be romantic? And I'm going to tell you, yes, they have. That's why I played Teddy Pendergrass. Now I'm hoping that Facebook doesn't ban my video and want to take away my music. It's okay if they do. It is what it is. Music to me is one of the first things. I'm a music junkie. I listen to music when I'm writing. I listen to music to everything. I'm just an auditory person to begin with. I'm a conversationalist. I've learned how to speak. And I know that men are not romantic because I listen to the things that women complain about in the counseling sessions that I have. Let's see what Tony says. If y'all can hear now, my hubby playing old school romantic music. The reason why I'm late, I'm getting the two-step. You sure it was a two-step? So we know if Tony disappeared in the chat, we know that the old school music took over. We're going to smile tonight, guys. We're going to have some fun tonight simply because, like I said, the subjects has been very heavy. We were dealing with domestic violence the last 5 shows, and so I wanted to come on tonight. I wanted to have some fun. I wanted to just smile. Not that I was smiling before, but you take all that in. And real quick, I just want to say Tuesday night, we are having a Zoom room. All the domestic violence survivors are welcome and invited. I think I've sent everybody an invite, but if you do not have it, I will definitely send it to you again. The music today is so good, can't let the little ones listen to it. Yeah, that's true. I'm going to get into that too, Michelle, because some that's good, but there is some that you got to be like, I can't put that on with my child around. And so, no, I definitely agree. What's going on, Larry? So if you didn't get it, when the show is over, send me an inbox, and I will definitely make sure for Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. I am inviting the survivors of domestic violence to show up. It's a meet and greet and an opportunity to fellowship. I want all of the women who have shared their stories to be able to see each other's faces. I'm going to let all the women have hey, Kira, I'm going to let all the women have an opportunity to tell their story. I want to be able to sit at you guys' feet and just listen and see and hear, because you gave me so much these last 2 weeks. I want to be able to just be able to say thank you and to be able to have us all get together, as well as to be able to present myself to all of you. If you need extended whatever, if you need some talk to, if you want to set things up with me, that's what it's going to be, because I want to move things to a Zoom room, because right here, this is one way. I don't mind. I love the chat room, but I want to be able to see you guys and hear you guys when you talk. And I think other people need to hear that too. So Tuesday, 8 o'clock. If you do not have the link, hit me at the end of the show. I will make sure that you get that, and we will be there. I will be there. And how long? I say maybe an hour, hour and a half. Listen, if it's happening, we'll keep going. Because again, the idea is to give you ladies an opportunity to fellowship. What's going on, Flex? An opportunity to fellowship and to just share your stories in a safe place. And it's really an opportunity for us to gain strength from each other, and for me to be able to hold hands with you guys and just say thank you, and just show my appreciation for you guys sharing your stories with me. Now, back to what I love to, okay, definitely. At the end of the show, just hit me or send me an inbox, and I'll definitely send you the Zoom link, Rachel. By all means, you're welcome. It's open. It's welcome to everybody. I'm not inviting that many men. Only the men here in the chat room: Flex, Larry, T to the Y, who will probably show up sometime this evening, because it's really going to be about the ladies. But the men that I'm inviting, I know, have showed their support for the men over these last 5 shows as they've expressed their history, their past. So I'm not inviting that many men. This is an opportunity for the women to fellowship, and I definitely want to hear from you guys. Now, back to what we were talking about here. So, as we were talking about, now Michelle mentioned today's music. Man, listen, one of the things I think is the problem is that the problem with today's music is actually the problem with romance with older and younger men today, is that we forgot seductiveness. We forgot what playfulness is. And all of a sudden everything is here, bam, here it is. Right in your face. Now that works for some people. Some people like, we ain't got time for it. Let's get right to it. And I got a problem with the fact that men are not romantic, not smooth anymore. Everything is about bypassing somebody's safe place and just getting what you want regardless of what the outcome is. And I got an issue with that because, good old fashioned romance builds anticipation. It builds fascination, and it heightens whatever you're going to get into as adults. Let's keep it real. But it doesn't always have to turn into something physical, meaning leading all the way to sex. If it does, okay, fine. It is an art to be romantic. I agree with you, Michelle. And that is what it drives me crazy, because romance is a look. Romance is a subtle word. Romance is touching, but not pawing. And sometimes it can even just be the way you brush against somebody. They don't even want to date anymore. Talk to them, Keisha. Oh, welcome, Keisha. Hey, Keisha's here in the house. Thank you. Great to see you. Lack of love. And I think all of those things matter. And I wanted to hear from definitely the ladies tonight on what you've seen, because we can say that there's no man in the house. I didn't have a man in the house, and I was ultra romantic. I grew up in a house full of women, so I didn't know how to be nothing else but smooth. I'm still smooth, and I'm married. But listen, if aliens kidnap Tiff and I come out of retirement, these young cats going to have a problem. And I'm an old dude, but that's another conversation for another day. But I just think when I listen to a lot of young brothers, and of course, I mentor, the romance starts outside the bedroom. Yes, here's where it starts. Here's where it starts. It starts right here, because it's how you see women. And the one thing I learned from being around a lot of the young brothers and listening to them, when you don't practice romantic skills, they're not there. So when I ask the question, have they lost them or forgotten how? I don't know if many of them knew how to be, because I don't know what their motivation is. Now we can open up the door to no father and things like that. But here's what I always found interesting. I'm going to ask all the mothers in the room. Gentlemen, you can chime in if you like. Okay, dad may not be there for whatever reason. We're not going to get into that aspect. We're going to keep things on a very positive note. But how come a lot of mothers don't teach the young men how to be the type of man that they would have liked to have seen in the man that they was with or not with? Like, how come more mothers aren't doing that? When I came up, I had aunts and my mom and grandmother. They was fostering me being, well, they didn't want me to be this smooth, but they fostered me to look at women in a particular way. Yes, it's the mind, and that's the best foreplay. Oh, yes. Oh, y'all not playing. I know I got women in here. Oh, fellas, y'all better buckle up today. And if you're watching this on replay, it goes down in the chat room. Don't worry about me. Y'all better come in here and check the chat room. T to the Y, I said you'd show up tonight. All right, there we go. So the regular dudes are here. Larry's here. Flex is here. T to the Y. That's about all the dudes we need. Because if I need any help, I know they got my back. But I don't understand that. Like, why don't more women groom some of their sons to be that romantic dude that they wish some of these men? That's one thing. I made sure my boys opened up the doors for all the girls and women. There we go. There you go. Treat her like a lady. That's my song, too. Treat her like a lady. And it's just sad because, and I think I just saw you Flex. Yes, lock my mind. There we go. Flex, I just saw you say the lack of respect. And that's interesting, too, because I don't know if the respect to that level is taught. And it drives me crazy because I'm like, I wish some of the young brothers would just Now, there's a few out here. There's some smooth young brothers out here. I've seen now a couple of them. I've seen them out here chasing these cougars, and they're like, yeah. And I go, be careful, bro. Be careful with some of these cougars. If I had sons, I would teach them, taught my girls not to fall for the okie doke. There you go. There you go. Let me see what I have in my captions today. I was just looking at some of the reasons why, but here's one. This is one I want to share with you so we keep conversation going, is that men have to be responsible for their own behaviors. And this is very important to me. You guys now have been rocking with me now for a good couple of weeks, and you should already see that there's a theme to what I do. It's actually one of the themes to how I counsel. You seen it. There you go. There we go. Is men have to be responsible for their own behaviors. And you heard me just say romance starts in the mind, and you got to be cognizant of how you think and then what you're trying to portray to the person that you're trying to gain interest to. Like, I honestly believe that romance starts with the idea of wanting to move. That romance starts with when you put on Teddy, or you put on music, or even just the way you wear your clothes, and I'm not talking about you got to be super stylish. I'm talking about it's a matter of just how you present yourself when you walk into a room, and just your aura and your energy. When you look at a woman, or when you walk up to her, even the way you reach out to her hand and the expression that you have on your face, it drives me crazy that sometimes I'm like, bruh, somebody, you should know this, that men are not home hurts the black. Yes. And I'll get into, and we're gonna, in future shows, we're definitely going to talk about the role of the father. Oh, we go. Here's another one. See, this is what's missing. What if you're with a narcissist? That's a tough one, Keisha. If you're with somebody who's loving himself more than anybody else, see, where's the David Ruffins in the world? I miss you, baby. See, you call somebody and you just Jean Paul Gaultier or Quality African Oils. We'll do it every time. Jean Paul Gaultier. I feel you, Tony. Marvin, Smokey. There we go. Here we go. A good smelling man. That's another thing too. Is you got to make sure the pheromones. You got to be able to give her reason to go. You see, ever since you went away, I ain't been doing nothing but thinking about you, baby. Go ahead, David. See, just that feeling. So I start drinking and drinking and drinking while I'm thinking and thinking and thinking. Man, come on, man. Let me stop. Let me stop. Woo! This is what I be here doing. When I'm in here writing, or when I'm in here meditating, I have music on. It be going down in here. Peebo, Teddy, that's run them down. Barry White, yes. See, y'all know all the crooners. Give it up. There you go. But again, it all comes down to responsibility of one's behavior, and I think that's what a lot of men are missing, is that they're not taking ownership of what they know or what they don't know, and what they're really trying to get across. When you approach a woman, don't you think it's easier if they're together? Do you think it's Keith Sweat, another one? Yeah. Larry, I don't think it's easier. I think it's a matter of, it doesn't matter if you're with them or if you're trying to talk to somebody. You know, like I know, Larry, and we've been boys well over 20 years. Your style says a lot. And so when you approach a woman, Lenny Williams, yes, oh my God, that's my song. 7 minutes of pure tears. Just I watched TV till TV went off. No, that's an old song. But what you're saying, Larry, I agree. But the thing is, it's a matter of when you take responsibility of who you are, what you're trying to display to a woman, and she can sense that. And then now let's toss in what Tony just said. Yeah, all right, Friday night, I got you. Let's toss in what Tony just said about a man smelling good. So if you're looking good, smelling good, and you approach in a way that a woman can sense the energy that you're presenting and it's positive. Yes, it is swag, Michelle. She senses that. Now, the key is communication, is the ability to hold a conversation, the ability to speak. I can teach that to a degree, but if you're not going to practice that, and Michelle just said swag, swag is extremely important because it has to deal with your personality. When I was in college, yeah, I played ball, but that wasn't my focus. Women was my focus. So when other brother was out practicing, I was out trying to figure out how I get close to ladies. So I learned how to hold a conversation. I learned, yes, eye contact's another one. I was getting to that. There we go. Ladies ain't playing tonight. I learned how to sit across from somebody, and I ain't got to stare at your body. I ain't got to stare at your breast. I ain't got to stare at your behind. We're going to have a conversation. I want to get to know you. And tone and knowing how to cause your voice to bellow and to go up and to go down and how to show interest in your eyes. Yes, conversation is lost. That's where social media has destroyed conversation because Lord knows we type everything. We're not having phone calls anymore. And so folks are not having real conversations. And it's just something missing when you can sit across from a woman and go, I think you're extremely attractive. I really do. I love your hair. And I love and whatever. You don't have to gawk and you don't have to drool and you don't have to go through all those things. And like I said, there's a lot of things that go into it. Whole body language. Talk to him, Rachel. Exactly. And woman and anybody and brothers watching this and ladies, if you're watching this, make sure you share this. There's some man on your timeline that needs to see this. And I want somebody going, I ain't trying to hear that old man. I ain't a chubby neck. Okay, you can call me whatever you want. But what you can't call me is whack. And what you can't say I'm not is you can't say I'm not smooth. So you can hate whatever you see. But ask your lady, am I smooth? Let me stop for somebody be waiting for me outside. Yo, my lady's trying to listen. She mad at me. Not my problem, bro. They're always in their phones without question. And I think that's what we've lost. And I think when I say we have to take responsibility for our behaviors, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Those are the things that we're not doing. Another thing that men make the mistake, or is this another thing too, is that we got too many men who think they know everything about women already. Too many. The coronavirus is the perfect time to work on community. Of course. Of course. You stuck in the house. Now is when you get to see what he's about. Woo. Oh, wow. And if you ever hear the Teddy Pendergrass version of this too, it's banging. I Miss You, the Teddy Pendergrass, the David Ruffin and Teddy Pendergrass, the two versions of this song right here. Oh my gosh. Woo. Because Teddy says, a great big man like me, can't you see? It is crying. Calling myself, my soul is asleep at night. Do you know how hurt you got to be to cry your soul is asleep? Woo! With nothing but gloom. All right, let me see what I'm missing some in the chat room here. Oh, yes, social media is amplified, losing the essence of conversation because of images without question. I agree with you, T to the Y. Kira says you got to see the real deal individual. Yes. And also, we are sharing entirely too much. And that's what I mean by he thinks that he knows everything about you already. You met too many boys, not enough men. There's some men out there, they just got lazy. There's some boys that don't know either, but there's some men out there, Rachel, who just forgot. And they got lazy because it got easy, because social media allowed them to get so much information ahead of time that they didn't have to work as hard as they used to. So we've gotten some men out there that used to be smooth have gotten lazy, and some boys who never knew figured it's been working, so why change anything? Tony says, I actually paid for having all because he offered to keep paying when we first started dating, and we still have the same concept. Listen, what most men don't know is that when you take a young lady out and you're like, I got you, most of the time they'll say, I see how he's doing it. Cool. Let me get the tip. Now he might go, no, I'm good, darling. But no, I'm good. Let me get the tip. And some women that like my wife was like that. When I took her to the movie, she's like, no, let me buy the popcorn. I said, okay, I'm not going to fight with you, darling. Go right ahead. Michelle says, if you can make love to the mind, I don't care what you look like because you made me feel loved. Ooh, y'all not playing. Don't make me go there, because that's true. Let me tell you something. I'm a piggyback on that, Michelle. Now, most of y'all have read From Gigolo to Jesus. Now, one of the things that I used on a regular was the mental connection of remembering what a woman wore. And what I mean by that, okay, man, why do the flowers stop after the first date? See, I answer that question because I'm always giving little surprises here, and just because I know it helps. Can it be laziness as images that are not leaving the imagination? Without question, Ty. You're 100% right. And to answer your question, Tony, is that men chase to get, and then once they think they got you, then here's where it goes what I just said about they think they know everything already. They don't continue to do the things that got you, and they get lazy. Nah, but it's the attraction. I got you. Laziness. So we got laziness, we got the attraction. So the mental aspect of it, when you can say to a woman, I remember you had on a blue dress and your hair was cut a little low. I remember that you had it cut and you had on those black shoes. I thought you was dynamite. Now, here's what you just did. You let her know you were paying attention. You complimented her on what she had. And I don't have to address anything sexually to let you know that I thought you looked great. And you paid attention to what she had on. And the fact that you were able to recall what she had on. You have now set the tone where it's like, okay, so, oh, that was, I did whatever. No, I thought it looked great. I think you look great right now. She could be wearing a plastic bag. That plastic bag, you wearing it. And then your eyes have to say, I think that's sexy. This is listen, when I counsel guys, this is why when I tell you to let people know to come and talk to me, it is because I get it because I dealt with my own behaviors to understand what's necessary in changing. And so here's another one. Let me give another one to keep this conversation going. So we said these responsible behaviors and they think they know everything, but T to the Y, you stole one of the ones I was going to put up. Men have gotten lazy and complacent in the relationship. Some men have just forgotten. They've letting it get a little stagnant. It's kind of becoming rudimental. You kind of know when it's going to start and know when it's going to stop. And then you roll over and go to sleep. I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. Yep, keep doing whatever attracted them, and you got them as long as you continue to make them feel good. There you go. Let me tell you something. Men, please understand. Grab her and say, come on, dance with me. I'm cooking. No, don't worry about that. I got that. Come on, dance with me. Let me tell you something, men, if you're watching, and ladies, tell me if I'm wrong. Ain't nothing sexier than when you just got out the shower, you getting yourself together, and he starts pawing at you. Come here. You looking good, girl. You know you ain't going out. Come here. And you go, stop. You go, no, I'm saying. And then he shows that he's attracted to you. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Because anytime you can let her know that you are still attracted to her in the simplest of forms, it is sexy. And that is what a lot of men have gotten lazy with. And that doesn't require a lot of energy. And that, well, oh, I could say a lot more, but it's up to the women to keep our standards up. Yes, that's true. That's true. But it's a partnership. You have to keep your standards up. But at the same time, it is about affection. See, romance starts with imagination and affection. Because it starts with the idea that I want to see her smile. I want to see her react to what I just said, did, wore, what I'm wearing. I want to create an environment of positive emotion, which then stimulates everything else. Holding hands can be romantic when done as a caress. Most people don't even understand what a caress is, a subtle touch. And that was something that keeping your hands soft and knowing how to hold your hand out and say, so you're just going to let my hand stay out here? Come on and join me. When you go dancing, how to walk up on a woman and say, good evening, ladies, and look all of the women in the face and say, but you sitting right there. Come on, don't make me look silly. Come on and dance with me. And hold your hand out and treat her like a queen. And lead her to the dance floor. And then say thank you when you're done. Walk her back to her friends and say, ladies, thank you for allowing me to borrow your friends. You have a wonderful evening. And then leave. Don't be thirsty. You've now started. You've now planted the seed. You've now given her reason to say, And you ask her, so listen, later on, so I can get another dance, I'm not going to try to snatch up your dance, but save me a space before the night's over if you stay in. And you leave. Don't be thirsty. Hey, Tracy, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the conversation. Praying together is attractive too, without question, because the idea that we're going to sit down and commit ourselves to God together and share that. My wife and I have not been out for New Year's Eve in, Tiff and I have been together 20 years. And I started a year before Tiff and I was together. Yeah. So 20 years now, I have not gone out on New Year's Eve. I have brought every New Year's in the last 20 years on my knees praying out the old and into the new year. Because that's what I do. And Tiff and I pray together. I write down a few things for the new year. I put them in the Bible and I leave it there. And every year I end the new year, I pray out. So when everybody's doing that countdown, I'm already in prayer. And I pray it out and I pray it in. And then I get up and Tiff and I chill. And I don't go out on New Year's. It's just my own thing. That whole partying thing, it's just not been me. I'm not really a whole gigantic crowds person no more. So let's see what we got here. We go. That's truly courting. Classes in session. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I've been that dude for so many years. And if you have not read From Gigolo to Jesus, please do. It's on my website. The website is right there, bravenpublishing.com. But I was that man for a lot of years. But when you and if you pray out loud, that's true. You can do that too. And when your wife can hear you pray, or when your husband hears you pray, it's a bonding that goes on too. Now, the touch too, subtle touch. Now, one of the things I'm working on a book called Making Marriage Cool Again. It's 15 or 16 things, I think, or 18, I'm not sure, tips that I'm actually going to teach couples how to make marriage cool again. How to put that spark, fire, and just little things. I got to get that book now. But yeah, I'm finishing up to Making Marriage Cool Again. Tiff and I had actually started it. We had the outline like 10 years ago. We actually presented part of it at a conference in 2010. And then we put it on the shelf. I just got sidetracked else. But now that I'm settled and I'm focused on what I'm doing, it'll fit my counseling because I counsel married couples. And one of the things that I notice with married couples when I do sit with them is what they've lost is their why. Why did you ever get together to begin with? Why did you find them attractive? Why did you find her attractive? Why did you find him attractive? What attracted you? Now, like I said, romance is a mental picture. Romance starts right here. And then the actions that follow are designed for him or her to go, yes, I get it. When you get ready to go to bed at night, a well-placed kiss on the forehead because you're going to bed before them. Good night, baby. That's romantic. Let's see. We'll use that info in my next relationship. No problem, Tracy. I'm going to have it. I'm getting it together. But while I'm doing that, I am definitely getting it together. But why I'm doing that, let me tell you something. There's a reason why I wrote this book. And as you see on the back, you see me praying and you see Tiff's face. I wrote this book because I felt folks had to know what that transition looked like. And I'm going to tell you, romance is dead in some aspects because sex has just dominated social media and television. I watched that new video by Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. WAP. So when you say WAP to somebody 45 or older, I'm 52, but when you say WAP, everybody starts thinking of a dance from the 80s, and you're like, okay, nah. They even have messed up that. WAP stands for Wet ASSPUSSY. This is what we're naming songs now. How is that romantic? How, like, this is what we're doing now. This is where we've gotten now. That there is no more mystery. There's no more mystery about anything now. And let me share this with you, because that's the thing right here that I hate when men ask me, hold on a second. I hate when men ask me to come and do they can't do in their home. Not cool. Larry, I used to be that maintenance man. That was a great position when I was out there in those streets. I used to joke about it in college. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go over the one that I just posted. But ladies, all right, I'm gonna ask you a question, ladies. All right. Hear me out. And again, this is for anybody that's gonna come and this is for anybody that's gonna come, and I'm gonna get to the WAP part in a second. This is for anybody that's gonna come and read the chat. All right, here we go. Ladies, please tell me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, put it in the chat room. But if I'm right, I want to see a whole lot of number ones. Most dudes don't know that the dude that they really want to be, because everybody's trying to figure out how to jockey to get close to you, to get next to you, to be the dude that can be in position to get what they want. Here's the dude you really want to be. Now, ladies, if I'm wrong, tell me. When she's laying in the bed on Friday or Saturday, when she's rolling back and forth because she is in heat, that dude that she calls the first dude is that dude. That's the dude you want to be. Now, you may not be the boyfriend, you may not be the husband, you may not be the cat that pays bills, but if you are that dude, then you are the dude that she clearly knows is going to take care of this situation right here. Most dudes don't know how to be that dude. They are so worried about being the other dudes that they do not realize that when you have become that dude, the Love Jones dude, when Nina was upstairs and thing was downstairs, Darius was downstairs, and she was rolling back and forth on the bed when they had agreed they wasn't going to do nothing. When you're that dude, when she is laying there and she picks up her phone, that first dude she calls, the first dude, that's the dude you want to be. Now, you could be the backup dude. It works too. I used to tell folks in college, I'm that dude. And guys would be like, what? And I go, look at the ladies. Don't look at me. Look at the ladies. Let them tell you. So, ladies, am I wrong? I see a couple of yeps. The fellas know. Rachel said, yep. Tony laughing. Because when she's rolling back and forth, and she goes, I wonder if, and your name is filled in on that line right there. I wonder what Keith is doing. Yes, you are that dude. You are the dude that when you say, what's up, ma? She gonna go, nothing. Just seeing what you was doing. What you doing? I'll come by. Oh, if you want. At that point, she's almost in the bathroom now, about to take that bird bath and be ready. Now, I know I'm giving away trade secrets because now she's like, yes. She already knows. And what's funny is, as long as you straight, you took your shower, you're clean, you good, you already know. Kids is already asleep. Candles will probably be burning. You drinking on something, she might have it, but she knows she ain't gonna give you that right away because she take care of business, but whatever. That's the only person that can handle the problem. 1-800-LARRY-LOVE. So, ladies, am I wrong? Because see, folks don't understand that dude. That's the dude. And I used to talk about it in college. And I used to say, that's the problem, fellas. Y'all so macho. And y'all around here with your chest puffed out. You know how many times I've been sitting in groups of dudes, laughing and joking, check my phone, and it's like, which oh fellas, I gotta go, man. I gotta take a run. Oh, bro, I thought we was gonna hang out. Man, I'm not feeling well. Man, listen. And you know when you really know that dude, she said, yo, could you pick me up something to eat? And you already know what she likes. And you already know what's open at that time of night. So she already know that you gonna get whatever you need, baby. I got that castles, I got that whatever, I got that for whatever. And I picked up some Pepsi because I know how you like that Pepsi. At that point, what is romance? Romance is the mental and the mental appreciation where it starts with your imagination. It's when your imagination and your appreciation of the person you're trying to extend that imagination to, that's what romance is. So thank you for popping in. What's that? Tylerus? Welcome from Periscope. So that's what it is. And so I think folks don't understand that when you have a connection, a physical, and as I put here, I listen, I knew the ladies understand. When men have lost interest in all things passionate and playful, well, everything is physical, bro, but it starts with the imagination first. It starts with your mind, and then it is the physical action of what you actually think. It is it starts mental and then extends itself to action. The action is the physical. So no, if you've been listening, I've been talking about the physical. Romance is the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual connection of your imagination. And when you can extend that out to the person that you are trying to receive that, they get it. But yeah, man. So I believe that men have lost all things passionate and playful because they don't get that passion and playfulness create the one by Dolce & Gabbana smells good. Oh yeah. You know, I stopped wearing regular ago. It's been about 10. Well, I wear Jean Paul Gaultier, but then I wear African oils as well. And I find that the African oils, I have been doing all the opposite way. They don't teach you right. Well, you're in the right place. Was that Tylerus? You're in the right place because if you go back and listen to everything, well, you're not privy to the chat room here on Facebook. So if you have Facebook, you can come to my Facebook page, Keith KL Belvin, because the ladies are sharing. So there's some learning, there's some things going on over here on Facebook. But I appreciate you watching from Periscope. I hope that you're hitting that screen over there and giving some hearts. But it's not doing it the wrong way. It's a matter of what works for you with the person that you're trying to be romantic with. Michelle said the passion is the one that you want. Who's the one that rises the passion? I agree. Tony said, but now you smell good is important to me. Yeah. Listen, smell good works because, and not every scent works on every person. Learn your pH, learn your body, what works for you. I know what scents work for me. I'll give you, okay. I want everybody, now fellas, if you're watching, again, it's going down in the chat room here. I forgot to tell you, look, I just blew past the fact that we done got 100 comments. Let me put that up and say congratulations to y'all. You know I got to do that. We got 100 comments again. There we go. Let me put that up there. Congratulations. It's going down. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to give you an example. Right? Ladies, cool water. Put a 1 up if y'all remember cool water. Tyrus, come on, bro. Don't make me block you, man. That's not where we at right now. If Zuckerberg is listening, then Zuckerberg is learning something tonight from me. So Facebook ain't dangerous. You need to be over here and check us out. So Rachel said, I'm glad I got that alert and joined in tonight. No, thank you, Rachel. I appreciate you. I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30, 10 o'clock. But normally I think I'm going to go to 10:30. But Rachel says she remember cool water. Michelle says she remember cool water. Yeah, let me say, you can't go wrong with cool water. I'm going to give you another one in a second. And fellas, if y'all paying attention, Trust me, can't go wrong with cool water. Here's another one, ladies. Put a 2 in the chat. What Fahrenheit made you? How Fahrenheit caused you to react when you smelt it on the right man? Fahrenheit was another one. Cool water, Fahrenheit, Jupe. Listen, I remember all of them, but my favorite is still Jean-Paul Gaultier in a blue bottle, just the torso. Oh, appreciate you, Rachel. Yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We just got finished doing domestic violence all week. 5 shows on domestic violence, and then Tuesday we like feet too. Hold on a second. Let me go back up. We got feet comments here. Oh Lord, hold on. I got to catch up with all the comments here. Now they talking feet. It must be Friday night. We like feet too, but I know we ladies need work too. But I use Vaseline on my baby oil, so I work on feet. Yes. I remember cool water. Oh, here we go. Come on, New Yorkers know cool water. There we go. Here we go. Let me tell you something about feet, and that's another thing that men don't understand too. Rough hands and rough feet will get you kicked out every time. I learned that from my aunt years ago. So she used to always say, boy, keep your hands and your feet soft. So my hands are super soft and my feet are soft too. Because when you're laying and you're cuddling up, there's nothing like rubbing your feet next to somebody else's feet who's smooth. That is a turn on when you're watching television. Because when you can do that, it is not about the actual act of intimacy. It is about the communication that both of y'all are sharing physically in a romantic sense. That is the part, that the bonding part of the romance. And you guys, if y'all are not over here in the Facebook chat room, they are talking right here. Michelle said, come on, New Yorkers know about cool water. There you go. But Jean-Paul Gaultier, let me explain something to you. Out of all the scents that I've ever worn, and I've worn CK1. Y'all remember that one? I remember Calvin Klein, CK1. I remember Fahrenheit, Jupe, Dolce & Gabbana. Let's see, quite a few. Drakkar, yes, and that. No, you going Drakkar? I like that too. Tear them sheets up with those bad feet. Yes, that's not cool. Rough feet is not sexy. Knots on your hands is not sexy. And it don't take much, gentlemen, to go ahead and get some moisturizer on those feet, some lotion on those feet, as well as on your hands. But let me tell y'all something. Jean-Paul Gaultier, you cannot go wrong. Perry Ellis is another one, depending. But you gotta play with the scents and know what works for you. And once you know, cut those toenails. You need to. Listen, pedicures, brother. I cut my nails myself. I ain't putting these big size. Well, I wear a size 16. I'm not putting these big feet in some lady's face and I work on them myself. Like I said, I grew up in a house full of women. I know how to do manicures, pedicures. I know how to do that stuff, as well as I know how to cook. That's another thing too that's sexy. Knowing men have forgotten how to be men. Yeah, well, that we talked about that earlier, Brett, is about how they were taught and how many of them actually knew what that was supposed to look like. So you can't forget if you didn't know. And in some men, we talked about that earlier, some have gotten lazy. And so let me go back to putting this up here. Where was it? There we go. And back to passionate and playful. When you don't have control over yourself emotionally, then being passionate and being playful is difficult. When you don't have, let me say that again, because I want anybody watching and replay to please pay attention. When you don't have control of yourself emotionally and mentally, a good massage, there you go. It's very difficult to be passionate and to be playful. All right, here we go. If you don't know this right here, if you don't have one of his songs on your playlist, you ain't trying to be romantic. You ain't trying to get her attention. Here it go. Woo! Let me keep you near to ease away fear. Woo! It would be so nice. If only for one night. Only for one night. Here we go, come on. I won't tell a soul. No one has to know. No one has to know. to be totally discreet. That's a straight on the low song right there. Y'all, man, let me tell you something. If you ain't got Luther on your playlist, if you ain't got at least one Luther song on your playlist, man, come on. Back then I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know cooking was it then. I just loved to cook when I was young. There we go. Yes, let me tell you something. My wife loves the fact that I can cook. And we got a couple of facts. Listen, if y'all ever go by T to the Wise page, he cooks. Larry's an actual doing his thing as a chef. The ultimate baby making music. That's all I used to, but I be hearing my feelings with my old music. This was in the car every Saturday night. So I listened to everything, but when the night was winding down and you're heading back to the crib, you don't understand. Come on, Luther. I'll be at your side. Do you understand when you sit back and be like, no, take it off slow. Take it off slow. No, slow it down. Take it off. I want to see it, but don't rush. Don't rush. Or you go help and you slide it down slow. Okay, I ain't gonna get no more than that. Y'all don't need to know everything. So shake it too. But I'm willing. Woo. Let me tell you something. Undressing somebody is one of the sexiest things on the planet. And then taking a step back so you can look at her and be like, so I'm asking, if only for one night. Woo! Y'all don't understand. And if none of this makes sense to you, if you are watching, fellas, if you're watching, like, what is he talking about? You need to check the chat room out. The ladies understand. Don't worry about me. The ladies understand. Because let me say something to you guys. Again, the imagination. The time spent getting dressed to look great for a man or just for herself. When you then can say, let me help you out of that. Let me help you undress. Let me help you slide out of that dress. Let me, and fellas, if you don't know how to remove a bra with one hand, you ain't really skilled. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yes, them clips don't do nothing. They don't stop me. I'm just saying. And I still have those skills now. When Tiffany go, can you help me with this? Yes, I got you. And I can have the remote in one hand and be like, I got you. Some things you just don't forget how to do. But when you can step back as you're undressing her and she can sense, and then you say, no. And I'm going to, okay. Here, I'm going to give you another one. It was almost 10:30. Okay. I'm going to give you another one. Now, this is straight from my playbook. I'm preaching and teaching tonight. Somebody going to get pregnant tonight. Somebody going to get jumped tonight. You got my husband scratching and rubbing my leg. I told you, if only stop chatting, we know what happened. I'm going to give y'all one straight out of my playbook. Now, this is my own, and I know other brothers do it, but this is my own. Anywhere that I'm at has to have a mirror. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, you just heard me tell you how I would undress somebody. I want to do it in front of the mirror while I stand behind her. Because if y'all have now, y'all know that I love full-figured women. So there's nothing sexier than standing in front of a mirror, undressing a full-figured woman, and you lean down to where your chin is right about her shoulder, right? So your voice is right near her ear. And you whisper, I want you to see what I see. I want you to see what I like. And as you slowly remove everything and she's standing there, while you're home alone, when you can stand in front of a mirror and she sees you looking at her through that mirror, now both of y'all look at the same thing. And your face, this stubble, this beard is sitting right on her shoulder. And y'all are looking in the mirror at each other. And she now sees that you are not faking, that you dig every inch, every roll, every curve. Lord, I'm on. I'm sorry, Queen. I chased her off. When you have her standing in front of that mirror there, whoo, but that's it right there. Now y'all can figure it out the rest. You read my book, and if you haven't read my book, well, you'll get it. But that right there, gentlemen, save that right there. Put a pin in that right there. When you say, come here, I want to show you something. And you stand behind her. So the only thing that you can really see is your head leaning on her shoulder with your strong arms around her, looking in that mirror. Listen, listen, listen. And if you're smart enough to know, come here, I want you to see what I see. You see what I see? You see? No. Lift your head. Come on now, look. I want you to see what I see. That's what I see. That's why I'm here. That's what I dig right there. I tell you what. I know some of my sisters are single. Let me stop. Oh, Larry's putting his hat in the ring. We got some single brothers here too. But listen, guys. Oh man, as I told y'all on Wednesday, I wanted to lift the spirits up. I wanted you guys to have a wonderful time because we had a rough 5 days, but I wanted to get you to smile. Yeah, I used to be. I'm retired now. I'm retired smooth now. I am retired, saved and single. There you go. I am retired smooth. Now I teach. Now what I do is I try to help young men and older men. I counsel a lot of older brothers to try to get them to return back to where you just heard me get to. And one of the things that I do is I'm not scared to be transparent. I never have been. It's why I return to doing this. And thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate you. Appreciate it. And this is why I do what I do. And this is why I'll continue to show up, because you can't help people in crisis if you're not willing to be transparent. I am transparent. Yes, Sade's another one. Yes, the lady. Oh, don't the lady song. Let me tell you something. There's a couple of female singers too. Ooh, Lord. Y'all don't even understand. I know y'all do. But there's just music in general, when well placed, it actually does something. But if you need to set up a call, not for nothing else than counseling, I'm not that dude no more. No, I'm not taking orders no more. There was a time, but no, I'm not that man. Thank you so much, Rachel. Okay, so proud of your account, you and Tiff and yeah, oh yes, thank you so much. And Rachel, you know, when Tiff and I used to do our radio show, this is what we did. And so once KL was born, it made it very difficult. But I decided to come back to do this because not only do I love to do it, it is part of who I am. Everything that you heard tonight is part of my personality. I am like this all the time. So it's not, oh, let me be this because I'm on with you guys. Entanglement. No entanglements. No, no entanglements. You don't need to be entangled. Tell that man what you need. No entanglements. No entanglements. That's messy. You tell that man what you need. You want me? Bring it. No, you're not going to have 4 other women. You're going to need all that energy from me. You tell him, no entanglements. You want this? Bring your A game. And that's what I'm showing tonight, is that if you, with conversation, you can cause the energy so electric that it's already ready for you before you get there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all already know. We adults, and it's Friday night. With the proper conversation, the proper call, text message, email, and then if you still got to talk. If you do it right, and then when you walk through the door, you just do some of the things that I mentioned tonight, and have your feet right, like Tony says, smell good, like Tony says, the mental part, like Michelle says. When you have those things in place, there's things already waiting for you before you even get to them. Now, y'all adults, y'all know what I'm talking about, but you hope you start no radio show. You got me right here, Tony. Tiff and I used to do every Thursday night, 3 hours, reality and relationships. And we stopped when KL was born. But I came back to doing this simply because I love to do it. I may eventually get my wife to come on and join me. We're working on that. Pay close attention. Be careful. Country Fluffy. I've been missing out. I was now one of the largest fans. Oh yeah, I remember Rachel. You was always there, but I'm here now. And on the screen now is how you reach me if you want to set up a call, because now I do this for a living. I counsel and coach for a living. This is what I do. I don't work for anybody else. I work for and this is what I do. I help couples to refine or to find or to reestablish. I work with single folks who are struggling with whatever. I deal with, I'm a family therapist too, because I'm working with children. This is what I do. This is what I went